Thanks, Matt. Long time since the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers had a game with this much significance surrounding it. Because let's face it, the Boston Celtics haven't won a title since 1986.
Yeah, pretty big game for December, wouldn't you say? But the Lakers know now where they stand. And the Celtics, obviously, the team that the NBA is talking about. So it's like a yardstick game for the Lakers.
Right. And the Celtics, of course, the best record in the NBA. The Lakers, as hot as anybody in the Western Conference, with the exception, of course, of the Portland Trailblazers. Lakers have taken, though, 10 of their last 12. Big reason, no surprise. 36 a game over the last 3, shooting a high percentage, Kobe Bryant.
Well, I mean, he's the leader of this basketball team. There's no question about that. But the thing that he's doing beside the scoring, because nobody can score quite like Kobe, is witnessed by some of the things he's done in the past. But the thing that he's doing now is he's getting everybody involved, and they're responding. He gets them involved before. They didn't respond, so he'd kind of drift away from them. Now he's drifting toward them.
Well, the threesome that everybody speculated about at the beginning of the season, they have definitely come through at the offensive end. The big three, I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet, because the big three in the old days with the Boston Celtics were pretty incredible players. But at the same time, the Boston Celtics, maybe the most impressive part for them this year, the way they've done it defensively. Number one in fewest points allowed, barely 86 a game.
Well, you're talking about the old days. This is the new day, so we have to go to the big three, and they are obviously they're the reason why the Celtics are doing what they're doing. And as long as they can continue to show that kind of enthusiasm and passion about the game, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, an exciting time for all of us in Southern California. The Lakers and Celtics. It happened 5 weeks ago. It was never a game. Let's see if the Lakers can pay him back tonight. Let's head back to the studio and rejoin Matt.
Joel, Stu, thanks very much. Time for another break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups of the Celtics and the Lakers. This is the Autotrader.com pregame show. Celtics in a late story breaking. Rajon Rondo not in the lineup, not on the roster. We'll have the story from Joel and Stu coming up in just a moment. But that's a big loss. For all the big three has done, fellas, Rondo's been terrific this year.
He really has, and that will be a big loss for the Celtics if he can't play.
So Tony Allen will step in at the point guard spot and keep an eye on that big three. For the Los Angeles Lakers, yeah, Kobe Bryant, you want to keep an eye on that guy. But how about the development of Andrew Bynum?
Well, Andrew, as we said, has really come on and he's been outstanding, and there's no question. It'll be interesting to see what happens, though, when he comes out of the lineup or he's forced to play Garnett. And I think that'll be a big adjustment.
Bynum averaging over 18 points a game in his last 5. He's averaging a double-double in points and rebounds this season. Frank, what's going to happen here tonight?
Well, and look at Trevor Ariza, also Phil Jackson going the defensive first type of lineup. I think with Rajon Rondo out of the game, the Celtics really hurting now in the backcourt. I would expect the Lakers to put a lot of pressure on Tony Allen, try to get the ball out of his hands early. They can create some turnovers with their defense.
This rivalry is back, Gail. I guess all is right in the NBA once more. If the Celtics and the Lakers are at the top battling it out, there's something good about that.
There is something good, and it's really good for the NBA. These two franchises have been historically successful, and I think we've got that now this year again.
Well, we spent 9 hours on NBA TV leading up to this point showing nothing but Lakers and Celtics getting ready for this game. What a terrific game to be shown right here on NBA TV. The best record in the league, the Celtics, and a resurgent Los Angeles Lakers going for their 5th in a row.
Yeah, the best game that they've played in a long time, really, since Bird and Magic. It's great to see these two organizations back where they belong, and it's great to see Boston, after making that terrific trade during the offseason for Garnett. This will be a tough game, though. Let's remember, 4th game in 5 nights. I don't want to make excuses, but I'm going to give them one right there.
Well, fair enough. Rondo out with a strained hamstring. That's the story from Los Angeles. The NBA TV pregame show was presented by Autotrader.com. We'll see you at the half. Enjoy it, everyone.
How about Andrew Bynum in those
shorts? It's such a shock for these guys. They've never, ever played in anything quite that short. Look at the fans.
There is disbelief at Staples Center right now.
They've always played in things that were below the knees. Now all of a sudden they're getting a better feel for what players of yesteryear had to wear.
Short shorts.
I guess
they gave out T-shirts to that effect to everybody that walked in the door tonight.
Listen, I guess that takes care of all of the razzing that the team can give me now about the shorts that we wore.
Foxy wants to use this as evidence later. Now, Derek Fisher looks like a natural in it, but I don't know about the whole take with the Under Armour as well.
I tell you what, they better keep their shirt tucked in properly. Their shirts are longer than their shorts.
So the Lakers and Andrew Bynum control the tip. Trevor Ariza. Derek Fisher working against Tony Allen. Over Allen. That's not a bad way to start. Lakers by 2 early. Celtics also not in throwbacks, but not throwback shorts.
That's why I said if you're going to go throwback, you got to go all the way. The Lakers, first team to go all the way.
Foul before the shot. They call the hold on Trevor Ariza. And now our starting lineups. We could not lose the look on those uniforms for the starting fives. Garnett, Pierce, Perkins, Allen, and Tony Allen. Not Rajon Rondo, who suffered a hamstring injury last night at Utah. Odom, Ariza, Bynum. In the backcourt as usual. Fish and Kobe. Kobe and Allen getting into it early. You can see that right away. Shot clock all the way down on Tony Allen. Will he get it off in time? Yes. Real high percentage look. And they're going to say Fish got him on the elbow. Couple of free throws coming up.
Yeah, the official right there telling Derek, you hit him on the elbow. And let me defend the officials here. If you just touch a shooter's elbow when he's in the act of shooting, you can throw his shot all the way back to Boston.
Tony Allen, a rare start, in fact. And the Celtics, they've only had 2 different starting lineups, so this is their third now. And that is second fewest in the NBA so far this season. As opposed to the Lakers, they've had 10 different starting fives. And that is the 4th most.
I'm still trying to get over these shorts. Am I watching a classic video here or what?
It'll sink in. Fish on a roll. It'll be Ariza inside the arc. He was out here a good 2.5 hours before the game working with Jim Clemens on his jump shot. They go early. Garnett working on Bynum. The drop-off with Perkins. So Kevin Garnett, the facilitator that time, and a 4-2 Boston lead.
And Perkins hurt the Lakers in their first and only meeting this year.
Killed him. He was the difference maker. Kobe, his first try of the game. Bynum knocked it away from Garnett, but picked up by Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, big second half last night for the Boston Celtics. Ariza trying to get it. Perkins denied, gets it right back though. Blocked from behind. Out of bounds, it'll belong to the Celtics with a fresh shot clock, basically 22 left.
And you can see who the Celtics are looking for. They realize that if they get any kind of dribble penetration or get the ball in the box, that secondary defender comes. Perkins is the guy that's open.
Ray Allen, quick catch and shoot off the Perkins rub. 6-2 Boston. So Ray Allen inbound series. And that was a design play for Ray. Off the pick. 6-0 run for the Celtics. Kobe looking towards Bynum, but they collapse. Lamar dropping it for Trevor Ariza. Got to get under the paint. Instead throws it away. Turnover for the Lakers. That is their first.
Got impacted by Perkins that time. Trevor normally tries to draw that foul, but Perkins really negated that.
Ariza tried to get it away. Ray Allen creating space. Tony Allen tried to get slick.
You better get slick now.
Yeah, shot clock all the way down. It'll be Garnett. Blocked by Kobe. Tony Allen. And he was out of bounds.
Yeah,
out of bounds. He went
yeah.
out of bounds on the baseline. Came back in. Had not established position, but Kobe with a big block on Kevin Garnett.
One of those side swipe jobs. Kevin knows he's there, but didn't think he was going to make that kind of a defensive play.
I'd like to welcome all our viewers on NBA TV tonight as well. I was watching NBA TV. Game 6 of the 1987 NBA Finals earlier today. Andrew Bynum taken away by Paul Pierce. He just snuck in.
Well, he turned right into Paul that time. That's where you have to catch and read. He caught and made his move, and Pierce was right there.
Ray Allen denied by Andrew Bynum. As Andrew played center field. They space it. Wrong guy to lead. Ray Allen, and a break for the Lakers. Comes out to Fisher. Doesn't have numbers, but he's going to pull his way home and draw the contact from Tony Allen. So a couple of free throws coming up for Derek Fisher, trying to break a dry spell for the Lakers. It borders on about 2.5 minutes now.
Derek in the open court. Make sure he gets some contact. He got it early, then there was space. Whistle had already been blown, so free throws coming to Derek. He's looking to score 3 and 4 here. He's got all the Laker points, and that's not many.
Well, he led the Lakers in assists in the last one, and maybe the most impressive game of the year, or the most complete game through 3 quarters on Friday night. 30 assists on 34 makes. That's a serious ratio. That's what it was after 3 as Fish gets 1 of 2. So a 3-point lead for the Celtics. 3 minutes gone by. Celtics coming off a win last night at Utah. Paul Pierce won it for him late. That'll lay up with 28 seconds to play. Garnett dropping to the baseline. It's his spot. Fakes to the paint. Gets the shoulder to the baseline. Seen it a few thousand times, it seems.
And he's got that shot mastered. He really doesn't even use the counter on that shot because he feels nobody can really contest it enough to make him change it.
Beautiful fall away by Kevin Garnett. Odom, little jumper of his own. And that's the difference in Lamar over the last few weeks. Just aggressive when it comes to taking the shot, not thinking about it, just going with it.
Let's see if the Lakers can get back into that defensive mindset here that they've had the last few games.
Andrew Bynum's got a foul. And we got 2 early fouls in 6 minutes in the first quarter on Friday. You got Perkins coming up.
Perkins actually takes him out and just swings the ball up through his arms, and you can see the contact right there. No question about the foul. That's where you have to keep your hands out of there and contest at the top.
And normally you see it more from a Kobe Bryant and some of the other guards, not big guys down low.
Oh, come on now, big guys all want to be guards. They don't want to be down low. Guards want to be centers, centers want to be guards. Never happy with what you got.
Game I was talking about, June 14th, 1987 on NBA TV today. Game 6 of the finals, Lakers 106, Celtics 93. You can almost feel the form vibrate through the television this afternoon. James Worthy with that classic play in the third, tipping the ball ahead for Magic's dunk. Momentum certainly shifted. Lamar trying to create. And it's going to be an illegal defense. So a free throw coming up for Derek Fisher. Those are short shorts on Fish. Paul Pierce was camping. He was the one called for it.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can see it out of his hand.
Yep.
2 early misses for Derek, who comes into the game among the league leaders in free throw percentage. In fact, 8th best in the NBA. 88 of 90. It's only 10 misses over almost his first 100. 90%. But 2 misses already tonight over his first 3 tries. So 4 minutes in. The Lakers down by 4. It'll be Kobe. And it comes off strong.
Well, Kobe was asking for the foul on that play.
Ray Allen pick and roll with Perkins. And the shot an afterthought. Lamar tapped it away. Last touch, they say, by Kendrick Perkins. Lamar at the inside position. Perkins touched it last.
And they're going to overrule this. Here's the conference call.
And Bennett Salvatore is going the other way. Mark Ian, the official from the outside, said he had a better look. Leon Wood is the third official.
I don't know if he had a better look, but he had the right look because that was a good call of the reversal, giving the ball back to the Celtics.
And that's all you want is the right call.
Lamar Odom is the one definitely touched it last.
Trevor Ariza getting into the passing route for Paul Pierce.
It's a good thing he did because that was a breakdown along the line of the baseline.
Square up.
They had a layup there if he doesn't respond with that play.
Fish will square up this time. Paul Pierce, not only their leading scorer, leading rebounder, and fell away to get it over Andrew Bynum. So LA native Paul Pierce makes it a 6-point lead once again to the Celtics. They're up 11-5. The Celtics, 4 of 10. Timeout Lakers. 5 more opportunities offensively already for Boston.
And the turnovers are basically the same. The Lakers have 2. The Celtics only with 1. But the Celtics with an early lead here. Still 7:31 to go in the first quarter as Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics have opened up an 11-5 advantage.
6-point lead for the Celtics. 7:31 to play in the first 12. And welcome back once again. Joel Myers along with Sue Lance. Time to check out what we've heard around the Gatorade coolers. We head downstairs and join Michael Eaves. Michael.
Joe, obviously the talk right now in the arena are the short shorts. And you were telling the story earlier that Kobe Bryant was the first one to sign off on the idea. When the NBA contacted Tim Harris to find out if they want to do the Hardwood Classic, he said, yeah, but what else can we do? What can we do new? Well, he was sitting in his office. He saw a picture of 3 guys from the 80s wearing the short shorts. So he went to Kobe, went to Lamar. Everyone signed off. But check out the difference in the size. The ones they're wearing tonight in the front, obviously the ones they usually wear in the back, that's a good 6 or 7 inches a difference in what they're wearing tonight as opposed to what they normally wear. I was talking to Derek Fisher before the game. He said, they're a lot shorter than we anticipated, but we're going to try to have fun with it.
Well, Michael, everybody's having fun with it because right now they just put up Kurt Rambis on the screen here at Staples Center and talk about the Clark Kent look. Kurt is back to the 80s, and we like it.
Kurt's never left the 80s.
I didn't say that. You did. That was Stu Lance.
You got that right, Jackson. TZ. L-A-N-T-Z. Spell it for it.
Lakers will bring it in the offense. They have started 2 for 5.
Well, let's see what play Phil is designed coming out of this timeout. He needs a hoop to try to start some kind of momentum.
Celtics with so many opportunities because they've got 3 offensive boards. And they thought about it on the backside. Kobe pulling it away from Garnett. And Ariza taps it. Lamar's got it. And Lamar getting cash in. It'll be a reach on Paul Pierce. Lamar just frustrated as he bounced into Pierce after the easy miss.
And that was an easy miss. Those are the ones you look back on as the player that shot and missed. Say to yourself, how did you do that? Don't you know you're supposed to concentrate all the way through and convert the little gimmies?
Paul Pierce, his first, Celtics second. They've got Pierce, Allen, and Kevin Garnett all at 21, 20, and 19 points a game. Pierce on top. Back door, too much for Trevor Ariza. Maybe Andrew Bynum on the opposite side, but not Ariza.
And Kobe told Trevor on the play, that's my bad. Pass just got a little bit away from him.
Third turnover early on the Lakers. They haven't been burned on the first 2 yet. How about the third?
When you think of the Celtics, you think about the big 3 and what they do offensively, but the Celtics' success so far is because of their defense. They are really locking people up.
Kevin Garnett, and not much Lamar Odom can do. He held his ground. Garnett tried to create space, went up. A little one-hander, 13-5. Tough one for Garnett. Now Kobe held up. Ray Allen's got the foul. He'll shoot 2. And that's exactly what Perkins did, just a different distance.
Now, Kobe does that seemingly once or twice every game. And I'm sure Kendrick Perkins, that's probably the first time this year.
So Kobe going to the free throw line. Fish has been there. He had 3 attempts, 1 of 3. Kobe had the struggles earlier on the road at the free throw line when he went 1 of 4. Got it together towards the second half. Well, you could win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. And to enter, text Lakers. All you do is text Lakers to 66196 by the end of tonight's game. 1 winner per game. Sweepstakes is open to residents of L.A., Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. You have to be 18, though. So text Lakers to 66196 for all the rules, entry, details. Go to Lakers.com. Half dozen is the lead for the Celtics. Pierce on the switch, picked up by Lamar Odom. It'll be Ray Allen on the run and on the reverse. That would have been off the charts degree of difficulty.
Yeah, that was a very difficult shot. That would have been a highlight play.
Ariza tried to set up. Derek Fisher deflected. He got caught in the air. Lamar was in space. The runner. Andrew Bynum keeping it alive. Right back at it.
You see how quick he kept it alive. As soon as his feet hit the ground again, it was a quick bounce back up. Most bigs won't give you that second jump that fast. They tell you, I'll give you 1 jump a trip. I already gave you 1. Wait till the next possession. I'll give you the other.
And he did. The activity early from Bynum. He's got to stay away from the second foul, though. 5:45 inside of that now. Left in the first 12. Kobe fronting Garnett to help out until Lamar could get there. On the run, it'll be Trevor Ariza with his second foul. He thought he got in front of the man. Instead, a couple of free throws coming up for Ray Allen.
Well, when you don't get a lot of touches, what you do is you go to the offensive glass, touch it that way. Andrew on the previous trip down, great job of keeping it alive and then going up, gobbling the rebound, putting it back in. Nice job by your 7-footer.
Ray Allen, usually automatic. And how automatic? He leads the league in free throw percentage. What's going on down there? 92% for Ray Allen coming into the game. Derek Fisher, though, 90%. And he's already got a couple of misses. Went back to Seattle. And that's a couple of games ago now on this 4-game West Coast trip. And it was a nice homecoming, but he was only 4 of 13 from the field. 10 points for Ray Allen in that one. 5.5 left. He's got 1 and 2. Trevor Ariza, you've seen that, and we like it. Trevor Ariza on the dunk. He uses the basket well to protect it.
Very nice handoff by Andrew Bynum, but that's Trevor at his best there.
Ariza tapped it out of bounds. Pierce almost the last to touch it.
You know, you hear me talk about, or hear people talk about slashers. Trevor Ariza is a slasher. He can get to the basket with the best of them.
All of 5 starters with that bucket by Ariza. Fish almost took it away. Yes, he did. It's off Tony Allen. Going the other way. The tenacity of Derek Fisher.
Well, he exposed the ball. I mean, if you're going to dribble it, you better protect the basketball, and he didn't do a good job of it.
Kobe asking for it early up against Ray Allen, close into the basket. And just flips it up. As he was in a scramble mode once he went up. Other end, though, Ray Allen against Lamar Odom. Ray Allen protected it with the right hand, put it in with the left hand, and a technical foul
calling a double technical.
Yep.
I don't understand the double technical. I see it now,
Garnett
Joel.
into it with Trevor Ariza.
But, Kevin Garnett gave Derek Fisher a nice shove on that play as Ray Allen was going to the basket, and all of a sudden, Derek was flying out of bounds.
We'll bring it in.
Double technicals are really meaningless unless now either one of those two players get another one, and then obviously they become very important to kick you out of the ballgame.
Trevor Ariza leaves with 2 fouls. Sasha Vujacic checking in. Also Eddie House. You've got to account for him. One of the league leaders in three-point field goal percentage. Beautiful pass. Andrew Bynum to Derek Fisher.
That's why you're taught as a youngster, always use the backboard if you possibly can, unless you're flushing one.
Ray Allen, that's like a layup usually for him. Instead, it's a loose ball foul. Garnett bumped by Lamar Odom, and Lamar's got to watch out as he followed Garnett after the foul. Lakers out of fouls, so free throws coming up.
The key, too, is maintaining your composure.
Don't lose your cool.
You can't let a game like this that everybody's been expecting for some time, you can't get out of control. And the push by Lamar, easy call for the official, as Kevin Garnett will go to the line and shoot a pair.
As it turned out, the ball wasn't even on that side of the rim, so a bad break. In regards to Andrew Bynum, securing the rebound anyway.
That's usually reaction plays for something that happened previously or something, where you're pushing and shoving a lot. But you just have to always be under control, both physically and mentally.
Garnett's first trip to the free throw line, 17-11. Boston by 6 once again. That's 5 early for Kevin Garnett. Celtics with 25 wins already, 25-3, best record in the NBA. Only 24 wins all of last season. Busy summer, and it certainly paid off. So now the Celtics on top of the Lakers, 18-11. Sasha's taken over. He's got Pierce matching up with him at that end. Ball away, Kobe off the glass, goes to the window, and goes to the free throw line.
Second foul on Ray Allen, I believe, as he does a great job of setting up this play off the glass. Telling Ray Allen that he wanted to go to the middle, and then the drop step and the contact. Count the basket off the glass. That's a nice play for number 24, Kobe Bryant, looking for a three-point opportunity. He's got to be a nightmare on that island. When you're trying to guard him and they leave you exposed out on that island, wow, that 4-letter word comes into play a lot. Help!
And the reaction time that you need when he spins that quickly. It surprised Ray Allen. You could see that. Kobe has missed a free throw. So the Lakers hurting themselves at the stripe, down by 5. And right now they've got 3 misses at the free throw line. Tony Allen showing his athleticism with a foul before.
Kobe was arm barring.
It'll be the second on Kobe. Or make it the first on Kobe. Lakers out of foul, so now it's Tony Allen going to the free throw line.
Now, Ray Allen went to the bench with his second foul. Kobe just picked up his first. It's important for Kobe not to get an early second here. He's got to be able to play very free and relaxed offensively and defensively for this Laker team to have success.
Tonight Phil Jackson has a chance to take sole possession of 7th place on the coach's all-time win list, overtaking the man that, his name is synonymous with the franchise the Lakers are facing, the Boston Celtics. Phil trying to move past Arnold Red Auerbach. And what are the odds that it would be Boston on the night that Phil tries to move past Red Auerbach?
Well, it's only going to be fitting if it's successful.
Sasha, little hesitation move on Paul Pierce, setting up Lamar, wide open for the triple. And Lamar's got it. Sasha on the assist. Lakers back within 4. So the machine dishing it out tonight.
And the machine running pretty freely on that bad ankle. He didn't practice yesterday. Tweaked that ankle in the last ball game against the Jazz.
On the spin, Garnett, what a move. What footwork by KG.
Forget the footwork, the hang time. I mean, Andrew was there, but he couldn't stay up as long.
Derek Fisher drains the jumper. Lakers starting to come alive at the offensive end. It was a slow start, don't forget, against Utah, and then it was like liftoff. It's like we were part of a NASA explosion. Allen on the reverse, too strong. Lamar Odom on the push. Up against the much smaller Tony Allen. He's got a little space, but he didn't.
Well, he picked up his dribble too soon there.
Now working. Here comes the double. Fish, a long three for Derek.
Tap City.
Yeah. It looked like it was down, didn't it? Derek trying to account for Paul Pierce. It'll be Garnett finding Perkins, and Perkins will stay with him. So the assist for Kevin Garnett, and a technical coming up.
That's taunting.
Yep. Kendrick Perkins gets it.
All he did, that's where you dunk and you turn and look at the guy closest to you and say something or yell in his face. They call that taunting. They think that eliminates any kind of reaction on the other end. He didn't even say anything, just a nice stare. Nice stare, though. I like it.
Give it a 9 on the scale of 10.
Nice. Very nice.
Kobe gets the free throw. Lakers just 4 of 7 at the line, though, so they got to clean it up there.
They got to clean up a few other things as well because they don't have a margin for error against this Boston Celtic team.
By 2.
Miami Lakers. Adam Sandler. New courtside. We see Rick Fox, fortunately, all the time on the road with the Lakers, too, as we saw him in New York, in Boston earlier this season. But the Lakers started the week with a win on Christmas Day over Phoenix. That was a really important game. Then Utah. That may have been the most impressive complete performance of the year. Now the Boston Celtics in a 5-point affair. Well, a special feature to our telecast for an exclusive view of what it's like to sit courtside for a Lakers game. We're going to take a feed now of Courtside View, all presented by DirecTV and Miller Lite. So you get a better idea, and for more of the Courtside View, you can watch it on our sister network, FSN Prime Tickets. Good to have you backstage. Cozy has just checked in, along with Scott Pollard, as the Lakers have a lineup now of Kobe, Sasha, Jordan Farmar, Andrew Bynum, and Lamar Odom. Pierce, too good a look, and a break for the Lakers as Lamar hits the deck. Lakers have missed, in my count, 3 layups now. While we were away, Lamar had that runner on the left side. They're down by only 7. Kobe. And a flat one kept alive. Andrew Bar make it Lamar Odom, and tapped out of bounds by Lamar, trying to keep it away from James Posey.
Well, Lakers just can't find any luck right now. They've had layups, as you've mentioned, that they've missed. Have been tapped on a few shots that have gone seemingly all the way down, but find a way back out. Only shooting 37% from the field. That's the reason why the Celtics are 25-3.
They're number 1 in field goal percentage defense. Number 1 in fewest points allowed, 86.7 per game. Kobe's got the foul, and Paul Pierce has the basket. He goes to the line, leading to the 3-point play, and Kobe just got a technical. He brushed Mark Hyatt on his way by.
I don't know if he brushed him, but I know he has some real words for it. Pierce does the head fake. Kobe's standing there. The contact, defensively, you're entitled to verticality. You're allowed to go up and come straight back down in your area. The offensive player is not allowed to impede that, and vice versa. You can't go into their area. Kobe felt that his area was impeded. The official didn't agree, so this could be a 4-point play here as he made the basket. He makes the technical. Now he shoots the foul shot for the 3-point opportunity, which makes it a 4-point opportunity.
And Paul Pierce, hot from last night, his second half. One he'll remember. He hit the game winner. He was shut out, in fact, 0 for 6 in the first half at Utah. He scored 24 in the second half. He hit the 2 free throws after he hit the layup with 28.3 to play. And then sealed it with the 2 free throws. 10-3 run now, sparked by Pierce. Now the Celtics with their first double-figure lead of the game. The Lakers have given up 30-19. Kobe going through the double out top and all the way to the hole. Finger roll for Kobe, and the Lakers down by 9. as Kobe's got 7.
Most players, when they're mad, they're bad. The mad player is the bad player. Same doesn't hold true for Kobe Bryant.
Paul Pierce, serious break. He's usually got touch out there, and especially straight away. Kobe working against Pierce, over Paul Pierce, real short. And Posey did a good job with Lamar down to the block. Kept him away from the rim. Pierce, Andrew Bynum back into the game. He's got a second foul. And Pierce has got a couple more free throws.
There's another example of, I think, as Andrew gets more and more experience, he'll learn how to create a better angle for the shot block and not let the offensive guy create the angle for the foul. As Paul Pierce comes in, Andrew's a little too close, gets the body, gets the foul, free throws.
With his length, he really doesn't need to be that close.
No, but he has to make sure he gets an angle so that they can't completely go to the rim, try to make them go a little further toward the sideline.
They actually gave that foul. Are you ready for this? It said Bynum. Now they've changed it to Lamar Odom.
Who?
Thank you. Second on Lamar.
Was he in the
Andrews
picture?
still only has 1. The gift-giving season continues. 28.5 to play in the first quarter. The Lakers down again by 11. You can score on Boston. Last night Utah did, but Boston got it together in the second half. Utah had 56 on 65% in the first half. The Lakers have had their opportunities, especially inside early, but they're down by 11. Now
also seem to be a little confused in this possession.
Kobe up against one of their better defenders, Tony Allen. And with contact, they'll go to the free throw line. Pollard or Allen. It'll be on Scott Pollard. Tony Allen really politic to keep that away.
Well, with Scott Pollard around, you don't have to politic too much because Scott, he gets a lot of contact with players as he bites on the head fake and gets contact, and Kobe will be shooting 2 free throws.
So his third trip to the free throw line. He is now 4 of 5. There's still plenty of time for the Celtics, 5.9 to get a good look at the basket before the end of the first. Tony Turioff takes over as Andrew Bynum sits down. Lakers now 11-4 on their home floor. But the Boston Celtics, and this is the second of a back-to-back, they are undefeated in these situations this year. 6-0. This is a lot about it. Veteran leadership on this team. They come back out that strong. Now the final seconds. And Tony Turioff blocking away the attempt.
That's what you call hustle. Roney was out of the play. He's put on the afterburners, made up such distance, and that made the difference as he continues to run and swat.
Gabe Pruitt thought he had a look.
He had a look. He had a very good look, but it wasn't good enough. So the Lakers trail going into the second quarter, 30-23. Coming up after the break, you won't want to miss this live wire. The great one, Mr. Clutch. Logo, Jerry West will be with us.
You're watching TV without great...
Celtics by 9 at the end of the first 12 minutes of play. And welcome back to Staples Center. Joel Myers along with Stu Lentz. 32-23 Boston as the Lakers try to gain a split of the season series. And Stu mentioned it just before we broke away. We're joined now by one of the best to ever wear a Laker uniform. Retired number 44 and with the organization for 37 years. And it's our honor to have with us now Jerry West. Jerry, first of all, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Joel. I appreciate that. Happy New Year to you and all Laker fans out there.
And I know you love to sit and watch games. You're never nervous about watching games, but at least you don't have an active interest in this one. Tell us about your take on the first 12 minutes of play and the two teams you're watching tonight.
Well, Boston obviously plays with a lot more energy, and their defense is just tremendous. I think that's the thing that really has set them apart from some of the other teams. And the Lakers missed, I think, 4 layups in the game, and he's not really had a good offensive surge. And I think more importantly, maybe they're up a little bit too much, and Boston played last night. You would think there might be an advantage, but to this point, it hadn't worked out that way.
You know, we talk about the rivalry, and obviously there's nobody better served to talk about the Celtic-Laker rivalry than you, Jerry. What was it like, especially the first time you were able to be successful against the Boston Celtics?
Well, I don't know if you can ever say we were successful, but we won a lot of games against them, but we didn't really win when it counted. And probably maybe the low light in my career was that. And, it's fun here over the last few years. The Lakers have obviously been very dominant. And I think more importantly, it's really good for basketball today. That Boston is a terrific team and look like, barring anything major injuries-wise, they're going to be right there at the end.
Jerry West, our guest on Lakers Live Wire. Jerry, tell us about your ideas on the development of some of the Lakers and in particular what you've seen from Andrew Bynum from last year to this year.
Well, I really like him a lot. He's come a long way. Sometimes the best trades are never made are the ones you don't make. And I think it's real fortunate for the Lakers that they didn't make a trade. Maybe Minnesota will look back and Kevin Garnett's an incredible player. But anyway, I think that it's great that they held on to him. You have to give an awful lot of credit to the Laker front office for doing that. And more importantly, I think they're going to build on it. This is going to be a tremendous team toward the end of the year. I know that.
Jerry, I've always said there's never been anybody that could evaluate talent quite as effectively as you. Do you get a chance to now watch some of the collegiate games? Are you impressed with any individual talents or teams?
Well, seemingly there's more and more younger players playing, but because of the nature of the NBA draft, and every year you don't have names. It's really a lot about patience and watching these kids grow up, and once they get there, some of them are very, very special, obviously.
Our guest, Jerry West, is Trevor Ariza, who just got it inside. Deep into the shot clock for the Lakers. 8-point game. Tony Allen all the way to the hole. Lakers didn't deny that time. 36-26 Boston. We continue our conversation with Jerry West. Jerry, I know you've got a special relationship with Kobe Bryant. You said some of the best trades, one you never make. And Kobe Bryant, as far as we're concerned, should always be in a Laker uniform.
Well, I think some people write too much, they talk too much, and that just puts much more fuel out there. He'll end his career in Los Angeles, which he should do, and he's been a great player, and he's going to be better as he goes forward in terms of helping these younger guys win.
Well, Jerry, we appreciate your time. Thank you again, and a treat for all our fans to get your ideas on the young Lakers squad.
Happy holidays to you, Jerry, you and your family.
Thank you guys very much.
Happy, healthy New Year to you and Karen and everybody.
Good luck.
Thank you, Jerry. Jordan Farmer on the takeaway.
There's a hustle play by Trevor Ariza. That's what he brings to this basketball team, that kind of intensity on the defensive end.
So the Lakers down by 10, 9:21 to play. Minutes for Javaris Crittenton very early tonight. Pierce setting up Tony Allen. And Tony Allen, not known as a long ball threat, steps into the three. He's got 11. And this is a guy that is way down minutes and points. Only averages 5 a game. Well, it was Kendrick Perkins in Boston. So far tonight, it's been Tony Allen, the unknown, their X factor. On the handoff, Ariza, as it's kept out of bounds. It'll belong to the Lakers with 11 on the shot clock.
Well, Paul Pierce arguing the call, but then he changed his mind about how aggressive he was going to attack the official so that he didn't pick up a technical foul. Still 8:52 left to go in the half, and the Lakers, well, they better get on track.
Tradition of championships. It's about the guys who have worn the jerseys before us. Mikan, Baylor, Wilt, West, Kareem. Tradition of greatness.
Two old rivals getting together once again, and the early edge to the Boston Celtics tonight. We welcome you back to Staples Center. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance. Michael Eaves, Chris McGee. Lakers will have it when they put it back into play. 11 on the shot clock, 8:52 left in the half. Even Jerry West said the Lakers missing 4 layups already tonight, so it could be closer, but they're not getting the easy ones that are available to inside. When you think about the Lakers and the Celtics and the dominance of the Celtics in the late 50s all the way through the 60s into the 70s, and then rekindled with the Lakers in the 80s. The Lakers won in 85, Celtics 86, and the Lakers back in 87 and 88, not against the Celtics, so of course. Special feature for our telecast tonight, an exclusive view of what it's like to sit courtside for a Lakers game. So Stu and I are going to take a break. Here's a feed of the courtside view presented by DirecTV and Miller Lite. Foul on Crichton on the reach on Tony Allen. For more of the courtside view, you can head over to our sister network, FSN Prime Ticket. The Lakers down by 13. That is their first team foul. Celtics with only one team foul so far. The Lakers still shooting just 37% compared to 50% for the Celtics. Celtics can do that to you, though. Number one, as we mentioned, field goal percentage defense. Garnett, beautiful pass for James Posey. That was perfection.
Well, there was no rotation that time on the first high screen and roll. That was slow, and then that ended up with a layup by Posey. So Lakers just aren't playing as well, obviously, as they played in the past few games.
And a combination on the floor as Kwame got it up with the left hand and blew the easy one. And Crichton, right before that, had a good look at the basket. So an interesting group that has to adjust on the fly. Inside of 7.5. Remaining in the first 24 minutes of play.
You know, with this kind of competition, the level of competition for the Lakers is way up there tonight. I don't know if Phil can go with so many of the second unit at one time for so long if they're not being successful.
Kobe Bryant, as you mentioned, that is going to be checking back into the game. And you felt that was going to happen as soon as Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett stepped back on the floor.
I mean, whether they're on the floor or not, in my estimation, when you have a deficit of 13, 15 points against the best team in the league, you got to play your regulars a little longer.
Kobe asking for Posey, dropping off Lamar. Kobe, short, Lamar after it, and tapped it away from Kevin Garnett. Out of bounds it goes, back to the Boston Celtics. So Lamar Odom working hard around the glass, in fact, leads the Lakers with 6 boards.
Lakers only shooting 35%. They're fortunate to be down only 15.
Lakers right now just 2 for 8. And there's a foul. Jordan Farmar shoving. 19,000 plus saw that one. Kevin Garnett out of the way.
And 19,000 plus didn't agree with the call. But you got to remember, home fans referee with their hearts, not with their eyes.
Eddie House, good minutes off the bench so far for the Boston Celtics. So has Tony Allen. His season high is 13. He's already got 11. Make it a season high. Still with 6:45 left in the half. So they don't have an answer. Anybody who can stay in front of Tony Allen, believe it or not. 45-28. Farmar up for Kwame Brown, who was shoved from behind. And now it'll be coming on the side on the pass.
Well, that's what the Celtics do as a team, though. When they have any kind of dribble penetration, they help one another really quickly. Their rotation is quick. That time it caught Ray out of position a little bit, and he picked up his 3rd foul, so he's relegated to the sideline for the remainder of the half.
Ray Allen's gone for the remainder of the half, as you mentioned. Farmar, dribble penetration. It'll be Kobe. Instead, Lamar on a good look. Not a thing. Well, when you get a 16-footer, usually you're going to get rimmed. So Lamar now 2 for 8. Hey, Kobe's 2 for 9. It's contagious right now.
And until you can get something going on the inside, they continually put so much pressure on your perimeter.
Posey, as it spun out, they were going to give him a 3, despite the fact his foot was on the line. Bryant Scalabrine from USC in for the first time. Lamar, this time, not the same guy. That's a 3.
And I like the fact that as soon as he got it, he was open, he shot it after just shooting an air ball from half the distance.
He's fairly close to a double-double already, even though he's having his struggles. Garnett bumping his way home. Man, Doc Rivers wanted a foul. He may get a technical.
Well, he should have gotten a foul on that.
Scalabrine denying Lamar Odom, who kept it alive. Ariza can't get to it. Posey hits the deck. He's out of bounds. And it'll belong to the Lakers. So good activity underneath, at least for the Lakers. The effort's there. Now the execution when they come back.
Well, the Lakers have had some nice opportunities in close. They just haven't been able to convert. So I guess they're saying, look, we're having better success from the outside as Lamar drains his last 3.
It's a 14-point deficit and only 14 for the Lakers. And I bring that up because they're just 3 for 11 so far in the second 12-minute session. Well, teachers and principals nominate outstanding students and teachers at your school for a chance to be recognized. The Lakers home game. Deadline for this month's nominations, January 2nd. Winners are going to be honored in the Lakers game on Sunday, the 13th of January. So log on to Lakers.com for all the info. So Ray Allen shut down for the rest of the half. He's the first for either side with 3 fouls.
Some of the keys, though, when you're playing against a team with the stars that the Celtics have, 3 bona fide stars, you know some way they're going to get theirs. But you have to shut out the other guys. And when I say shut them out, I mean don't let them go for big nights. Really keep them below their average. And so far, the Lakers haven't been able to keep Tony Allen below his average, as he's 4 out of 5 from the field en route to 13 points.
And that was the case in the first game. And that's why the Celtics, Kendrick Perkins had a career night against the Lakers in Boston. And the Lakers lost that game. That matchup on November 23rd, and the score didn't indicate how big a disparity there was, as the Lakers lost by 13 points. And very similar to the final here against the Utah Jazz for the Lakers on Friday night. They won by, 14, led by 34. It was a blowout.
A lot of discussions going on. I don't understand. They called
There's a technical on Doc Rivers.
Shoot the free throw. See, Derek wasn't in the game when the technical was called, so he wasn't in the game when they went to the break. So he checked in just now. He can't shoot the technical.
Kobe will get it. It's interesting. He was arguing over the fact that Kevin Garnett didn't get a call against Kwame Brown at the opposite end before we went to the break.
And that's what you want. You want your coach arguing those calls. Let the players concentrate on playing and not picking up technicals and getting tossed out.
So fresh shot clock. Zlatan Radmanovic in for the first time. Kobe blows past Posey. And on the bank, had to adjust against Kevin Garnett. Wasn't easy, was it? 45-34.
But there he is, using the glass again. I mean, that's what you do on the move like that. Gives you a much higher chance of success.
Garnett setting up Scalabrine. Too good a look. And Kwame got to save it, and he will. He was challenged by Posey, at least the rebound. So the Lakers back within 11. Eddie House on the hold. 15 fouls. So the Lakers shoot the rest of the way. Paul Pierce back in for Bryant Scalabrine. So Pierce and Garnett on the floor, along with Posey, Tony Allen, and Eddie House. And Tony Allen has already matched a season high. He's a very talented guy. He's not been able to stay healthy since he was drafted out of Oklahoma State. He turns 26 in a couple of weeks, already up to 13 points. You mentioned
Celtics are going big here. Tony Allen and Paul Pierce in the backcourt.
Kobe jumping it in, Radmanovic not ready. And he had good inside position, just a couple of feet in front of the rim. So for the Lakers, it is their 5th turnover.
And the matchup with Radmanovic on Garnett, you know that's where the Celtics are going to try to go immediately.
And on the front, they're going to call the hold on Radmanovic. Didn't take long, did it? His first, the 3rd on the Lakers in the second quarter. Garnett went over the free throw line with expectations. Andrew Bynum back in. Kwame Brown will sit down. Kwame, 19 minutes in his first game back on Friday night after he had missed 19 consecutive games. So he'd been out 5 weeks.
And also remember that when the Lakers have been playing real effectively of late.
Tony Allen throws the arm.
What I was saying was when the Lakers were playing real effectively of late, Andrew Bynum was the real factor on both ends of the floor. Official makes a very easy call there on the offensive foul. But so far in this game, Andrew has made his only field goal attempt. He's got 1 rebound and 1 assist. So he hasn't been a factor at all. They've got to get him involved.
And that's in 13 minutes of play. On the handoff, Kobe elevated. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Hit on the follow-through. It'll be Tony Allen's 3rd, so they're backcourt now, 3 apiece. And they're missing, don't forget, Rajon Rondo tweaked a hamstring last night in Salt Lake City.
That's about the only way they can stop Tony Allen tonight. Get him in foul trouble and send him over to the bench. As Eddie House is already checked in, Allen will be going to the bench to sit along with another teammate, his running mate in the backcourt, Ray Allen.
Kobe gets a roll. A lot of college football coming up. It all starts with the Cotton Bowl Classic. Go Missouri. followed by the Sugar Bowl, All-State Sugar Bowl, Totitas Fiesta Bowl, FedEx Orange Bowl, All-State BCS National Championship game, LSU, Ohio State. New Year's Day, it all starts. Early morning start on Fox, and that's with the AT&T Cotton Bowl, Big 12. Texas already won.
I don't want to hear it.
Texas already won.
Yeah, I know.
Bad year for Nebraska. You don't want to hear it.
Thank Arizona State.
4.5. House gets away and blows the layup. Got away from Fish.
That's way too close for Eddie House.
That was the only issue. Lakers down by 9. Kobe on the run. It wouldn't stay down. He got it over Perkins. So 45-36. Kobe with 14. Lamar behind him. Up there with 8. So 22 of the first 36. And Radmanovich read it.
That was an easy read.
Fish got House out of position. Vlade for 3. Too strong. But Kobe a second chance opportunity on the little jump pass. Thought he'd go up with the jumper. Instead, a 3 for Kobe. Real short. And Eddie House takes it away. So the Lakers still only 33%. They're fortunate it's only 9. Garnett maintains. He almost lost it out of bounds. And did he walk? Yes. Slid down to the baseline to drag the pivot foot. Right in front of Doc Rivers, who you can see likes it.
A rare mistake for Kevin Garnett.
So the Lakers right now on an 8-0 run. It has been a struggle offensively. A lot of layups missed. Fish setting it up. Andrew Bynum fouled.
But there, see, getting him involved though.
Yes.
Kevin Garnett got hit on the top of the head, I believe, on that play. That's what Andrew Bynum can do. He can extend.
Bad news.
And really, who's the cut man for the Celtics?
Don't wake this guy up, whatever you do. So Garnett headed over to the sideline. Who is working his corner?
Yep, cut man's going to come into play now.
In the green corner. So Andrew Bynum getting Kevin Garnett. And Andrew, when they put it back into play with a couple of free throws.
Kevin Garnett saying, wait a minute, you mean he's shooting free throws and I got a 6-inch gash on my head?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see if they can close this one in 30 seconds. Well, the Celtics, and the great days for the Celtics. Garnett's going to head to the locker room. So 3:20 to play in the half. Substitution coming in for the Celtics. But you look back at the Celtics in the 80s and some of their outstanding players. Now, where are they now? Well, Larry Bird. Now, what a complete player. Not exactly out of sight, is he? President of the Indiana Pacers, Kevin McHale. Now, what a job he's done for the Minnesota Timberwolves, team with the worst record in the NBA. And finally, Danny Ainge, with a close, special relationship with Kevin McHale. He can thank him as he's made his season.
Big Baby Davis comes in replacing Kevin Garnett. That's a big baby.
Andrew Bynum, his first trip to the free throw line. So the Lakers now 11 of 15 at the stripe, 73% on the season. Just below 77%, right at 76% as a group. And Andrew rattles the second. Down to 7. So it was up to 17. The run is at 10. Perkins up against Bynum and blocked by Bynum. No, a foul on Andrew Bynum.
Oh, I don't know about that call.
And will they give it to Bynum? Yes.
Perkins that time put the ball right into Andrew's hand. That was one of the easiest blocks he's had. Tries to take him straight off the dribble. Ball right there. Just puts it right in his hand. Yet the foul was called.
Must have gotten him real early. It won't stay down for Kendrick Perkins. So Perkins so far 5 points, 6 boards, and he was the difference maker. What Tony Allen has been in the first half of the Celtics so far tonight, that's what Kendrick Perkins turned out to be in a matchup as he misses both. Come on, Vlade, you can grab it. Radmanovich with the rebound.
Well, it's got to very important for Andrew Bynum to be able to play the last 3 minutes without picking up that third foul.
Kobe will run off the handoff. Go by Perkins on the run. And Ariza almost got it, mistimed it. Loose ball out of bounds going the other way. Ariza on the baseline. So the Celtics at 46%, Lakers at 32%. And the Lakers are lucky, aren't they? They're only down by 7.
Yeah, well, they're lucky, but 2 minutes and 54. They've got to continue with the defensive pressure to get back even.
Welcome back to Staples Center. I'm Chris McGee. The Boston Celtics leading 45-38. I know Laker fans should feel fortunate, and I'll tell you what, the story around the Boston Celtics this year, obviously the big three, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett, and how they've been able to share the ball offensively. But when you talk to Doc Rivers, he says the major thing has been the revival of the defense of the Celtics. When you compare it to last year, when this team was in this building, they were in the midst of losing 20 of 21 games. They had no defense. Now they are number 1 in the league. They give up 87 points, and they hold opponents to just 42%. Now, Doc Rivers told us he credits Kevin Garnett for the change in the Celtics defense. He said he brings not just an energy, but an attitude. When your star brings that kind of focus and works his butt off on the defensive end, it's absolutely contagious. He says, offense can be fickle, and you'll have bad nights, but defense shows up every single night. And I know, Joel, you talked about the Lakers missing a lot of chip shots, but a lot of it is the Celtics are challenging. On the defensive end for the Lakers, they're just letting the Celtics get open looks all day long. Back to you guys.
All right, Chris. Drastic improvement, of course, for the Boston Celtics, as you document. The Lakers have had some good looks inside. His House gets Fish to fall down. Eddie House. He can fill it up in a hurry. 47-38. Now Kobe get on his way to the free throw line. He's only 3 of 13, but he's made the most at the stripe. And that's put Kobe to 14 points, 8 of 9 at the line.
One of the things he's done on the positive side up, because he's going to the line, he's gotten people into foul trouble. Ray Allen with 3, Tony Allen with 3, and not that they've all been against Kobe, but a majority have.
Kobe now 9 of 10 and a bucket by Eddie House, his first of the contest in 14 minutes. With a young man who was a former Pac-10 Player of the Year at Arizona State. Coming over to the Boston Celtics as a free agent. They don't have many guys. In fact, they have no other players besides the big 3 in double figures. So that's what concerns them for down the road purposes. More balance, and especially from the guard position. The Detroit Pistons only 4 behind them in the loss column. A lot of people think that, there's the pick, and Pierce has just picked up the foul. As he wiped out, and is it going to be the third on Paul Pierce? He wiped out Derek Fisher. It'll be a second.
Well, Derek has been one of those players I talked about. He never lays on a screen. He tries to really bring attention to it as he goes in and then, flails his body, and that brings the attention, and the officials gave him the call.
Luke Walton, after missing the last one, up against Posey. And another one right next to the rim. You can't ask for a better look. It was contested. Paul Pierce trying to lose him, and high off the glass. Andrew Bynum with the glass. He takes it away. So the Lakers only down by 7. Lamar popping with another 3. A little flat that time, wasn't it?
To be only down by 7, shooting 30% from the field. The Lakers are so fortunate.
So we got Glenn Davis in. They call him Big Baby. He's a large one. And on the spin and the fall away, it'll be short out to Walton.
And there's certain players you just can't double team initially. You have to man them up so that your total defense stays strong, and if they start to hurt you, then you go double.
Andrew Bynum, a little jumper. And he'll get this soft touch over Davis. Big mismatch. Davis maybe 6'7", 6'8" at the most.
Yeah.
So Andrew should be featured, even though there's only a minute 20 to play, and a timeout for the Celtics.
Well, I think that timeout is to get Kevin Garnett into the ball game. He had checked in, but there was no dead ball situation. So with a minute and 18 left to play, the Lakers have closed to within 5.
Take a look at it, but I got to tell you, live, it looked good. At the risk of being a shill, now I know why they say we love this game. We love this game. What? It's just unbelievable.
Hey there, I'm Patrick O'Neill. Here is what's coming up on the Jack in the Box halftime report. I'll have Norm Nixon, Michael Cage, Stu will join me, talk about the Celtics' big 3. We'll go inside the box score. What's up with Lakers missing layups? Right now, back to the fellas.
And right away, Paul Pierce all the way to the rim. And couldn't get it to fall, but he's got a couple of free throws coming up. So out of the timeout. Execution right away for Doc Rivers. And the emergence of Kevin Garnett from the locker room. 5-point lead for Boston after they were up by 17. A little more than 6 to play, 45-28. So 14-2 spurt for the Lakers.
I talked about Andrew trying to get out of this half without picking up that third foul. Did they give that foul to Andrew?
Andrew just got it. It's his third. He'll head over to the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Kwame Brown back in.
Minute and 17 left to play in the first half.
And it's usually for the big guys, it's not their guy to begin with.
You're assigned a guy, but you defend everybody. That's called team defense. And the bigs are usually they always are your last line of defense. They try to make up for the smallest mistakes.
Kobe fought away over Perkins. Stayed down again.
But they've had a lot of taps. They've missed layups. No luck in this first half.
Paul Pierce size advantage. Wanted to go up against Derek Fisher. Now Kevin Garnett. Pierce, good look at three. Makes the most of the opportunity. Garnett on the assist. 9-point lead for the Celtics. 51-42. Kobe footwork. Finding Luke Walton. To 2 for 1. Still for the Lakers. And Kobe with an answer. Nope. Kwame Brown, though. Second chance opportunity. Fish. He would see out of his hands. Didn't have a good angle. So even with the second chance opportunity, it was still a 2 for 1. Pierce tripped up. And Paul Pierce going to the free throw line. So it's turned around since Garnett got back on the floor. It's been Paul Pierce, though, as the guy coming up with the points.
Pierce does a good job on our Exmo of setting his feet and knocking down the three. Not great rotation on the shot, but at the same time, the end result is the only thing that counts. And that was a pretty good result.
And a guy who's consistently hit for a high percentage on his career. Better than 36% from beyond the arc. This year, 39%. As LA native Paul Pierce leads the Celtics now with 15 points.
I'm wondering if the Lakers will change uniforms at halftime and go back to their regular shorts. I think they're going to blame it on these short shorts. Missing layups, missing shots, not playing very efficiently. Maybe they should change.
Kobe just got his third foul, so he sits down. Just 3 for 15 from the floor for Kobe. But he's got a lot of friends right there with him. And you're shooting 30%. 53-42, back to a double-digit lead for the Celtics. And the Lakers will hold on to the final shot as Sasha comes back in for Kobe.
Well, hopefully they'll hold on for the final shot. Make or miss, they have to get the last shot.
Celtics out of fouls as well. Now Sasha up against Posey.
They're not going to get any shot.
It'll be Fish at the buzzer. And he got it! What a break. Derek Fisher into the first row.
You're talking about bailing them out. I mean, they were stumbling and fumbling, and all of a sudden, Sasha says, I can't handle the ball. I better save it from going out of bounds. And Derek, can you do another .4 or whatever? And Derek says, just get it up there. The rest will be all history. As he knocks down the three-pointers, and the Lakers go into the locker room with a little bit of positive on that shot. They'll review it, but it counts.
Boy, they called a great play, didn't they?
Just like Phil drew it up.
I mean, from the grease board, what execution. Halftime score. Celtics by 8, and the Lakers very fortunate. 53-45. Now let's hit the studio. Pat hitting that three as time expired in the first half. Man with the ball, though, who just gave it up, Tony Allen. A difference maker for the Boston Celtics. 13 points, matching a season high. Paul Pierce available. Wide open again. So Paul Pierce up to 19. That's only 2 below his average.
And you can't go behind or get washed out with screens like that. You have to attach yourself to shooters' hips. Force them to where you can have some help.
So that's the way it starts in the second half. Kobe over Kevin Garnett. And that kind of night so far for Kobe. It was short. Garnett came out to close. Difficult proposition now for Lamar Odom. Garnett, little fall away. Can't defense it.
You have to strip him from where you work on that shot for him. His last dribble from the floor to his waist, you have to try to affect the shot. Once he gets it past his waist, leave it alone.
And 10 points for Kevin Garnett. That is it. Yet the Celtics are up by 13. So other sources coming through. Lamar Odom banging his way home with a finger roll. So Lamar into double figures with 10.
Kevin Garnett and Perkins switched on that play, and Perkins no match foot speed-wise for Lamar Odom.
58-47. Celtics by 11.
See, that time coming around the screen, Trevor attached himself to Paul Pierce's hip.
Ray Allen trying to make up for lost time, and he gets a layup. So that's the way it begins. Back-to-back trips for the Celtics. 5 points to start the second half. Kobe looking for Andrew Bynum. The roll never near the basket, though. No room on the handoff there. Inside of 10, the fall away for Trevor Ariza. Challenged well by Paul Pierce. Not exactly a high percentage look.
No, and I don't know if that's really in Trevor's arsenal at this point.
Ray Allen finds a wide open Kendrick Perkins, who blows an easy one.
Maybe it's that basket. That's the same basket the Lakers blew a lot of easy ones.
Lamar Odom leaving it off for Trevor Ariza. Ariza, he gets the three-point opportunity.
Now that is in his arsenal. He is a slasher. He can go to the basket with the best of them. He gets in, makes that nice one-foot takeoff, elevates, holds it in one hand, gets the contact, the finish. Nice job, Trevor. Very nice. He looked around as if, are they going to catch me for the offensive foul? Did I push him off with my left arm? They said no, Trev, so take what they give you.
And the left hand, though, of Kevin Garnett in the ribcage of Trevor Ariza. He picks up Garnett's second foul. Ariza with 7 points, coming off back-to-back double-figure efforts. This is third start as a Laker. In for the injured Luke Walton. We did see a couple of minutes in the first half late. Back to Garnett. The matchup with Lamar Odom. Ariza coming over. Instead, Garnett. And too strong. It'll go out of bounds to the Lakers. Lamar Odom off balance. Wisely let it go.
Yeah, if he tries to get that one, he falls out of bounds with it.
So the Lakers down by 10, 60-50 after the three-point effort on the previous trip by Trevor Ariza.
And the Lakers haven't had a surge in this game. Give credit to the Celtics for their defense. They've kept the Lakers from having any kind of real momentum-building surge.
Andrew Bynum got to get out of the paint instead of foul on Perkins with a shove underneath. That'll be the third on Kendrick Perkins. And if they're going to get anything out of the post, they got to give the guy a touch or two early in the second half.
Not only to get anything out of the post, but to run their offense efficiently, they have to get the ball into the post.
Allen gambled. Fish had him on his hip. And an ugly one from Derek Fisher. Goes to Kevin Garnett. So Fish, one of the few guys in the first half to hit half his shots. 3 of 6, now 3 of 7 after the miss. Ray Allen weaving. Lamar Odom playing safety. Tony Allen had it stripped, but a foul is called on Ariza from behind.
I'll tell you something. He reached in. They said he hit him on the arm. From the view that I had, it looked like he got nothing but ball. Even if he hit the hand's part of the ball. Wasn't the guy he's guarding. Reaches in, nothing but basketball there. All ball there. But bad luck for the Lakers. The call goes against them.
Ray Allen in between the game. And Kevin Garnett will go right back at it. So Kevin Garnett, his versatility, inside, outside. Future Hall of Famer has 12, 5, and 5. Pulling the box up once again. Now Kobe beats Tony Allen. And Kobe, little mid-range.
Well, he's got every shot in the book. He's not one of those players that either has a long-range game or a drive to the basket. He can do it all.
That's only his 4th basket of the game, though. He's got 18. Getting to the free throw line. They hit 10 of 11. That's averaging 36 over the last 3. One of the big reasons for the Lakers as it's tapped off Fish.
That looked like a ricochet play where Fish hit it first, and it just goes off of his fingers, off of Allen's fingers, out of bounds. The official was about 3 feet away from the play, so we have to credit his eyesight, or do we?
Paul Pierce creating space on the step back. And Garnett taking it away from the smaller Trevor Ariza. Well, Kevin Garnett having his way now. Andrew Bynum is accounting for Kendrick Perkins. So Kevin Garnett forced early in the second half with 14 points. 64-52. Kobe had to go off his foot. Fortunately for the Lakers, right open to Derek Fisher. Lamar takes it, and Pierce give him a little shove. Will it go the other way?
No,
yes.
They'll count the basket.
Yeah, basket, but they will go the other way. And they're going to call a foul off the ball. It'll be Derek Fisher. Leon Wood called it.
They'll count the basket, give a loose ball foul to Derek, give the ball out of bounds on the side to the Celtics.
He was trying to make sure that nobody was going to get in the way of Lamar Odom, so he impede the progress. The Celtic on the opposite side of the paint. Only a 10-point lead. Pierce, though, wants to get it back. And Andrew Bynum's got his fourth foul. That's because Ariza gambled about 30 feet from the basket.
And that's what happens the majority of the time. When you gamble like that and you're not successful, you put your team in a real bad way defensively. Everybody has to adjust. They're playing 5-on-4. Your last line of defense, well, he picks up his fourth foul. Now he's relegated to the bench to the fourth quarter with 7:32 left here in the third.
Second straight game where Andrew, at least against the Boston Celtics, has not been a factor. He goes to the bench in 19 minutes with 6 points, 2 boards. He's young, as Andrew Bynum is, only 20 years of age. There are going to be nights like that, matchups like that. It has not worked out so far. Kwame Brown takes over. At almost 28 a game, no other active player has done more damage against the Lakers like Paul Pierce, who has it spinning. Pretty good night working for Paul Pierce, so 20 points on 10 shots.
Yeah, that's efficient. Very efficient indeed.
Run off Lamar Odom. Lamar was showing go, and right by Garnett. It'll stay that time. 65-56.
He went by Kevin Garnett so fast, Kevin threw a shoot.
Lamar Odom up to 14 and 8. And Lamar Odom, on average now, very close to a double-double for the season. Tony Allen with a two-man game. And taken away. Paul Pierce trying to do a little bit too much. Kobe Bryant will flip it home. And Luke, he wanted to go that way on the reverse. Lakers back within 7. Kobe up to 20.
And I thought he was going to go that way, but he just attacked the basket. He got the hoop.
Allen in there. Rajon Rondo injured, and he joined us late with a hamstring injury last night in Salt Lake City. So then on their speed team in the backcourt, who averages 5 assists a game. Paul Pierce. And a little bit long. It'll come out to Kobe. Kobe up against Allen. And the fall away over Ray Allen. Flat. You can see it out of his hands. So Kobe now 5 of 19.
He's trying to find a rhythm, and that's what these shooters do. They'll go cold for a long stretch, but they'll continually try to find a rhythm.
Kevin Garnett up against Kwame. Kwame trying to hold his ground. Get him count if it goes. Instead, 2 free throws.
Well, where he got himself in trouble is reaching as he picks up a technical foul for mouthing off. You know the officials are very sensitive tonight. And as a player, you have to understand that. If you think they've made a bad call, okay, but you can't penalize yourself and your teammates by getting technical fouls throughout the course of the game.
So the technical first for the league's leader in free throw percentage, Ray Allen. He gets it.
Well, the foul occurred, when you reach, you open the door for the officials to blow the whistle. And big guys, they're so used to contact on the box, they get contact, sometimes they don't even realize there was any. Then they start complaining, but then they watch the film and say, ooh, I look bad on that one.
Only the second opportunity at the stripe tonight for Kevin Garnett, as he is 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Boy, what a complete player throughout his entire career. And now, finally, an opportunity. He got to the Western Conference Finals once. That's when he had Sprewell. Cassell is a totally different configuration than Minneapolis. And a chance now for a ring with the Boston Celtics. So Kevin Garnett puts the Celtics back up by 10. Lamar Odom can't make it 8. Garnett skying for that board.
Yeah, he didn't reach for that one. He went up into the air to get that rebound.
Close to a double-double with 16 and 8 for KG. Ray Allen off the Garnett pick. Kwame floating. It'll be Tony Allen instead. And right back to Ray Allen. Long shot, long board. Luke tracking Pierce. And Lamar with the block, but it goes to Kevin Garnett. So the loose ball to KG. He's been that active anyway, though.
You make your own breaks, and the Lakers or the Celtics are making their own breaks.
Luke Walton, a 3, brings it back to 9. And for Luke Walton, that is his second shot of the game, his first make. Not many minutes out there to begin with, but really hasn't been involved in the offense. Ray Allen off the pick, jumping it back to Kendrick Perkins. Send him to the line. Kwame's got the hold and the foul.
Not a bad foul because Kendrick, well, he did miss a layup earlier, didn't he? But he didn't make him make 2 free throws. As the 4:53 mark of the third, the Lakers down by 9, trying to show a little life. Off the dribble, Lamar Odom taking it to the basket. Kobe, well, you know he can take it to the rack. And Luke says, hey, my ankle's sore, but I can stroke it. Third, Lakers trailing by 9, 70-61. And the Boston Celtics, well, yeah, they're pursuing perfection just like Lexus. And the guy that's doing it right now is Kevin Garnett. He's not perfect from the field. He's missed 3 shots. He's 7 out of 10 from the field. Perfect from this charity stripe. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal. I'd say he's having himself a pretty good game. Now let's go down courtside with Michael Eve. Michael?
All right, Stu, thanks a lot. Here, the guy who knows something about the Celtics and the Lakers. You look at this matchup right now. Obviously, the premier team in the East right now, the Celtics. The Lakers coming on as of late with 4 straight wins.
Yeah, they sure have. Excited to see them step up some of the younger players and play bigger roles, added responsibility, and it's what's going to take for them to get actually to the level of the Celtics.
Let's go back to the first half. What do you think about those shorts?
Well, I grew up watching the Celtics-Laker rivalry, and the shorts were definitely a dominant theme back then. I think it really might have affected the first half of the game, I'd like to think, for the Lakers. Now they got out of them. They're in their regular attire and hopefully have a better second half.
Yeah, you notice they changed them, come out with a little different energy the second half. Let me ask you this,
hopefully
too.
They'll be able to breathe.
Kobe Bryant has had a history of big games. It seemed like every time he has a big game, whether it's 81 points or 62, you were here for those games.
Yeah, there was a stretch of about, I think, 4 or 5 games that I'd only been to about 6 of them, and he'd have good games, and that was always nice to know that he'd still having success like that. And I'm hoping he can pull together something here in the last quarter here, maybe go for 30-something points again, like we know he can.
When's your next movie coming out, Rick?
March 21st. Meet the Browns, Tyler Perry movie with Angela Bassett. Look for it.
He's a superstar in the making, guys. Send it back up to Joe and Stu.
All right. Thank you, Michael. So we'll look forward to seeing Rick Fox. Now the 4th foul on Ray Allen. Kobe jumping it back inside. Good ball movement, but it started inside. A prayer by Luke Walton is not answered. Garnett clears it out. Now Garnett with his 16th double-double the season as he gets that board. He's now got 18 and 10. It's very early, as you said, as it's off the hands of Pierce. Popped away by Fish, actually, from behind and out of bounds. So it still belongs to the Celtics. Posey's coming in. Allen will sit down. That's why I thought that trip was critical for the Celtics to make sure Allen didn't get a 5th.
Well, they doubled him up. They doubled up Kobe and got the ball out of his hands, and then the Lakers weren't able to do anything on the weak side. So a wasted trip after 2 missed free throws by Perkins. Gave the Lakers a chance to pull him closer.
Now the Kwame foul paid off. Short on the attempt, but Garnett read it better than the Lakers. Pierce jumping it over to Perkins, and he'll bank it home in the reverse. They said Fish flopped. There's a lot of drama involved. 72-61. Kwame setting up early on Perkins with the left hand. He'll get it. Little baby hawk. Good to see from Kwame.
Just used his body that time and kept Perkins away from anything.
Good save. The length of James Posey on that long, dangerous one by Tony Allen. Garnett lost it on his way. Posey, great threat from outside, but that time, not to be.
Well, good job by Derek of running at him.
Now, Paul Pierce, the assignment to track Kobe. It'll be Fish spotting up. The 3, yes! It is down to a half dozen just like that. Timeout, Boston.
A little bit of a surge here, and I think the Boston Celtics realize that as they take the timeout. Doc Rivers says, look, we're on the road. We don't want them to pick up any kind of real momentum. Take this quick timeout. Derek says, look, we're going to try to knock down a higher percentage than we did in the first half.
Two.
72-66. Lakers cut it down to a half dozen. 3:16 to play. Stu, they've picked it up offensively. Finally, 39%. That's major. 9 of 15 so far in the third.
Yeah, they got to continue, though, to hit a high percentage of their shots like they're doing, but they've got to pick up their defense as well.
Now, don't forget to Lakerize your computer this season. It's Lakers Screensaver. It's available now. Go to Lakers.com. Download the Screensaver. You'll have all the Lakers right on your desktop. And let's see if the Lakers can get a late lead in the third. It has been dominated by Boston. Lakers had an early lead, a couple of points early, and that was it. Boston led by as many as 17 around the NBA tonight. Trailblazers, 13th consecutive victory. Warriors paying the Nuggets back for a loss at Golden State last night in a home and away. That was Friday. Just seems like last night. Luke Walton takes it away, but they call the hook on Pierce. Late whistle, and that's a 14 foul.
And that's a good call, because that's what players usually do. They reach with one hand, but they keep the other hand on the body of the offensive player, and that's where the foul was called. So Pierce will shoot free throws. It's not the way you want to come out of the timeout with a little bit of momentum and send them to the charity stripe.
Actually fifth on the Lakers. It's the Celtics with only 3 team fouls. So they still have a foul to give over the final 3:07. And that's the guy they want at the line. He's done a good job there tonight. 9 of 11. If you can, make sure it's Kendrick Perkins you foul. He is 1 of 6. So the Celtics really gaudy numbers across the board. 11-2 on the road, 14-1 at home. They've won 5 straight, 14 out of their last 15. And they keep the Lakers at bay, just like a stiff arm in football on this Sunday. 74-66, anytime the Lakers do make a spurt.
They're going to need another spurt or two.
Pierce with the, now they call a charge. There was indecision on the whistle. Then they looked at each other and called the charge.
Yeah, and I thought it was a block. That's the kind of a play on screens where guys step out that they call the block on. As Kobe's trying to turn the corner, Paul Pierce steps out, develops the contact, gets the call.
4th foul on Kobe. And other way, Kendrick Perkins, an offensive foul. There's no even-up calls in the NBA.
You can't even up the foul,
right.
the personal foul category. That was the 4th on Kobe. I mean, the Celtics would trade Kobe for Perkins any day.
Are you sure about that? Yeah. Now the Lakers get it back on the turnover. Inside of 2:45 left in the third. Kobe thought he'd go up over Tony Allen early. Instead, Fish. And on the mid-range. Boy, what a rainbow. Luke Walton after James Posey had the inside position. So the Celtics outboarding the Lakers 34-28. Celtics 19th in the league on the board. The Lakers lead the league in rebounding. Paul Pierce on the spin. Trying to create, didn't get the rim or the whistle. That's what he was looking for. Now Lamar. Fish on the baseline back door. And Perkins denied. They're letting him play. At least for the last 30 seconds. Tony Allen blew the layup. He can't believe it.
I told you it's that basket.
So the final 2 minutes. It's been a beauty so far. Kobe elevating over Allen on a real flat shot. Yanked down by Paul Pierce. Trevor Ariza is going to be coming back in with Jordan Farmar next whistle. Kobe, 5 for 20. You can't believe it.
Something the Celtics have prevented the Lakers from doing in this game is getting out into any kind of transition. They only have 4 fast break points.
Pierce got Luke out of position, charges, and now they're going to call a block. They're going to say Kwame Brown must have been in the restraining arc because he was there early. He had to be in the restraining arc there.
But they're going to overrule this one, I think. He was not in the restricted area. I didn't think. He was definitely out of the restricted area. But they're letting the play stand. Oh, that looked more like an offensive foul to me than the one on Kobe. Now this is where they should go over and look at a replay. You know, there's time to stop for the free throw. Run over there. Take a quick peek.
It's Sunday, but it's not the right sport for them.
Well, we better make it the right sport, Jim. No, I'm just saying that because replays really slow up the game.
Outside of the arc, they say he got there late then.
Well, you can see the view from above the rim, and whether they said he got there late or whatever, they've made their call, and 3-point opportunity coming for Paul Pierce, looking for his 25th point of the evening.
So his career average against the Lakers, the most among active players at 28 a game. And he's already got 25, but still a final 12-minute period. Minute and a half left in the third.
My concern now is the 5 that the Lakers have on the floor now. Who is going to create opportunities for a good defensive team?
Paul Pierce, Red Luke Walton. That was an easy one. And it's going to be a clear out
on Allen.
Yep, Tony Allen made sure nobody could get close. Eddie House on the opposite side. Either way, they were running a convoy.
You talk about running interference. That was nice. Paul Pierce is going for an easy one, and Eddie House makes sure that Trevor Ariza can't make the play and gets called for the foul. Paul Pierce says, "What are you doing?"
He's a running
easy one.
Yeah, he's a running back. He had a nice convoy on each side.
Well, it's going to be up to Jordan to really get this unit some easy opportunities with some sort of dribble penetration. They're just going around the perimeter.
Now Kwame's got to worry because there goes Pierce again. Playing center field like we see Kobe do so often. Eddie House off the turnover. Can't get the triple. And Kwame has got the board.
See, they got to push it a little bit because they can't play half court, especially with this unit.
Sasha setting up. Over Pollard. An air ball.
Way over Pollard.
So good close by Scott Pollard. He blocked out the sun as far as Sasha's concerned on that one. Paul Pierce. And a triple for Pierce. He's got 28. He's killing the Lakers right now. 14-point lead. 8-0 run fueled by Paul Pierce out of Inglewood High School.
See, this unit has to get into some sort of transition because when they get into their half-court set, there's no creators, and they're not throwing the ball into the post at all.
Pierce just took it away. Indecision by Luke Walton. So the final shot's going to belong to the Boston Celtics. Second unit has not been a factor at all tonight. In fact, the bench has only given the Lakers 8 points. Pierce hesitation move. Easy one inside. Uncontested 6'8" footer. It's like a layup for him.
Well, it is a layup. I mean, he ends the third quarter with the basket, running his point total to 30. 30 in the first 36 minutes, and he hasn't played 36. He's only played 32. They'll review it, but there's no need to review it. Ball was in the basket before the lights came on. So the Celtics will enter the fourth quarter leading by 16, 82-66.
Now,
Let's start the fourth quarter. You can see how the Lakers have dropped off in production each quarter, only by a point a quarter, 23 to 22 to 21. Give credit to the Celtic defense. They are really doing the job on the Lakers. The Lakers, in order to win this game, they have to have a big quarter. They have to score 35 points here in the fourth, or else they're going to be in bad straits as far as keeping their nice little string alive.
And the Lakers got it down to 8, Stu, but that man on the bench to your right, Paul Pierce, he was the difference. He was the only starter left on the floor for the Boston Celtics, but he took it upon himself. He created 3 takeaways, 3 turnovers on the last 3 possessions for the Lakers because he just led the way at the defensive end. He left his man, and he came up with big plays.
That's why you have teammates. You talk to a guy, tell him when someone's getting him from the blind side. Make him pay for those kind of gambles.
Javaris Crittenton starting this fourth. The in-between game threw it away. Got caught in the air. So the turnover is the 10th of the game for the Lakers. Crittenton, Farmar, Radmanovich, Bynum, and Odom. As Kobe will sit for at least the first 2 or 3 of the fourth. Posey on the run, Ray Allen. Andrew Bynum got there, but too late. Ray Allen puts the Celtics up by their largest lead of the game now, 18 in the opening minute of the final 12 of regulation. Lamar Odom. Length against Posey. And Radmanovich, bad pass, no space. Bynum lost it as he was tripped up. Sliding down is Posey. And he called the timeout before the Lakers could get to him. They'll take a 20, I believe. Let's see. Yes.
Well, it's been one of those days for the Los Angeles Lakers. They can't get anything to go their way.
Don't they? 4 turnovers over the last 5 possessions. They're down by 18. Celtics coming into tonight. They beat their opponents by an average of right about 14 a game, close to 14 a contest, and by far that is the biggest differential in the league. To give you an idea, the Lakers are 5th best in the league, and they're at 5.5 a game.
Well, you can't win games when you're turning the ball over now. And the Lakers in the last 5 possessions have given it back to the Celtics 4 times. That won't get it done.
Yeah, can't come from behind. That's the case for the Lakers right now. House gave up the dribble. Posey out there with House, Pollard, Ray Allen, and Tony Allen. Shot clock coming down. Ray Allen mismatch. Radmanovich, he looked back on the fall away. And Ray Allen, a little space on the step back. So Ray Allen trying to make up for lost time because he's only been out there for 18 minutes. He's got 12 points now. Been in foul trouble all night long. He's playing with 4. Lamar Odom on the box. And Andrew fouled on the good catch. That was a hot one from Lamar in tight quarters.
Well, Andrew has shown throughout the season that he's got very nice soft hands. So he handles the passes that are in tight quarters. Just hasn't had a lot of opportunities in this game to handle anything. He's been on the floor a total of 20 minutes. He's taken 2 shots, made them both, 2 free throws. Made both of those.
It'll be Kobe coming back into the game earlier than anticipated, but the Lakers need it because that stops a 14-0 run for the Boston Celtics. Radmanovich is going to be checking out.
Well, they've got 3. They being the Celtics have 3 guards. Well, actually 4 guards on the floor. Posey, where he plays a forward. He's the size of a guard, big guard. So they're going pretty small.
Andrew gets the roll, so it's down to 18. And this is where you better make a spurt. Because right now, Pierce and Garnett over on the bench for the Celtics. Tony Allen the length against Javaris Critton. Allen, hot, real hot. Ray Allen, one of the quickest releases, if not the very fastest in the NBA, and showing it there.
He's got a beautiful jump shot.
Well, it just snaps, doesn't it? Kobe looking underneath the ball. It'll be Kobe instead. Again, flat out of his hand. No real arch on his shot tonight. He's 5 for 21.
Circulation has been cut off with those shorts in the first half.
And Posey draws the 5th foul on Andrew Bynum.
9 minutes and 56 left to play. And Ray Allen has given the Celtics a 21-point lead. Carlos Jr. Exmo shows that beautiful jump shot. Quick release, good form, splash.
And the way he uses his legs, gets into it. So he started as a first-round pick back in '96, member of the Milwaukee Bucks, and thought he was going to be the face of that franchise forever, didn't we? And then Ray Allen moved on to the Gary Payton deal to Seattle. Didn't stay there all that long, though. Came to the Celtics, along with Glenn Davis, the draft right for Davis, for Wally Szczerbiak, Delonte West, and rookie Jeff Green. So Seattle looking to shed salary, and the Celtics, well, they have not been significant, really, in the Eastern Conference for about 20 years now.
Well,
they'll take it. Now. They'll take it. Trying to go to 26-3. Jordan Farmar. Too long as it came out to Kobe. Off the glass, it was flat. Andrew Bynum tried to tap it to himself, and he's gone. He's out of the game. That's his 6th foul.
Over the back that time. There's no question about that foul.
So Andrew's done for the night in 21 minutes with just 8 points and a couple of boards. Easy call.
He's working, though. He's trying to keep it alive, but then gets himself in a position where he's over the top. James Posey picks up his 6th foul, and he's headed to the sideline. He'll stay over there and sit with his teammates, but he has no eligibility left in this encounter.
No, and it's only 2 games against the Celtics, but it hasn't been a good matchup for him. As Crittenden's Oliver Allen at the half-court line. Eddie House, another guy like Allen, would get it away in a hurry. And Eddie House, as Lamar Odom, tough catch, goes out of bounds. So that's a gamble. And the Lakers now down as it's getting ugly early. 93-68.
I'm going to conjugate that verb a little better. It's already gotten ugly.
I said it's early, and it's ugly. Now, Ronnie Turioff with the foul. 9:06 to play. They're trying to get to the exits in a hurry, aren't they? That'll be the 13th foul on the Lakers. We mentioned they were fortunate they were only down by 8 at the half. They got it within 6 with about 5 minutes left in the third before the Celtics went on a 14-0 run.
But they were just not able to create anything on the inside that would loosen up this tight defense.
Good pressure on Ray Allen paid off. Lamar Odom finger rolls it, and like everything else, it won't stay home. So Lamar is 6 of 16. Kobe 5 of 22, a combined 11 for 38. Lamar has been active as Farmar took it away, and Allen's got the loose ball foul. Not a lack of effort for Lamar at all tonight.
Well, we'll go to the break at the 8:36 mark. The Lakers down by 93-68, and that man, well, he's holding them together right now for the Celtics with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce on the bench. Ray Allen is saying, don't worry about a thing. It's in good hands.
8:36 to play. Garnett and Pierce, you'd have to think they're going to stay on the bench now. Now, a special feature to our telecast tonight, an exclusive view what it's like to be sitting in a courtside seat at a Lakers game. Feed of Courtside View, let's try it now. Presented by DirecTV and Miller Lite.
Foul number 66, Scott Pollard, third personal, third team foul, Jabari Smith, 2 shots.
Lakers first-round pick Javaris Creighton on the board for the first time tonight. Potter denied inside. Now Creighton trying to create, got all the way there, and a couple of more free throws. Well, for more of the Courtside View, you can watch it on our sister network, FSN Prime Ticket. Score is the same either network. 93-70. Lakers down by 23.
Lamar Odom got away with a foul on the other end, and Scott Pollard was attacking the rim. Lamar almost seemingly was making an intentional foul, but no whistle. The Lakers go the other way, and Javaris Creighton back to the charity stripe where he just made 2, makes the first of this set.
Surprised they don't wait till the inside of 6 and have got a little closer to bring Garnett. Instead, Garnett is back into the game now.
Well, he'll only play about 3-4 minutes unless the Lakers do something that they haven't done yet tonight, and that's to make a real run. They also look to make a field goal. They haven't made a field goal in this quarter.
No. In fact, after the Lakers got to 72-66 before the free throws by Creighton, it had been a 21-2 run. On the deflection, Creighton will pick it up.
Made it.
Yeah, keep it in play. Up ahead, good look. Ronny Turiaf down to 20 with 7:35 and counting. So the second of the back-to-back doesn't bother the veterans on the Boston Celtics. Allen with Garnett inside, blows the easy one. Garnett had given a pretty good wall. Creighton sees a crease and then throws it away. The bounce was there. He tried to throw it through a maze of hands. Hausen also, well, the length of Kevin Garnett.
How many times have I said that all players they're willing to stick their hand out, but especially the bigs, they don't want to bend over for a bounce pass. So that's the best pass to try to make.
Going to be a loose ball foul on Kevin Garnett going the other way. As on the deflection, Farmar was going to the Lakers anyway. But he was all tangled up and threw an arm into Ronny Turiaf.
Well, with 6:58 to play now, the big 3 for the Celtics are back on the floor. So it's like they want to make sure the spread stays really, really large.
They lead the league in spreads. And I mentioned biggest differential. Outscoring their opponents on average. Ronny Turiaf, extra pass, but that was well diagnosed by the Celtics defensively. Saw it coming. 13 on the shot clock.
Well, the further distance that any pass has to travel obviously gives the defense that much more time to react. That was a pass that was going from behind the three-point line to underneath the basket.
Lamar Odom out top. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Kobe jumping into a three and everything else for Kobe.
And there's that.
Second chance opportunity. Creighton Lost it. And it goes over to Garnett. He wasn't trying to go behind the back. Loose ball foul, Lamar Odom. So coming over from behind. Fourth team foul of the Lakers, third on Lamar. And Lamar does have another double-double. Of little consequence tonight, though. 14 and 10. Well, he and Kobe are both struggling from the field. And Kobe in particular, 5 of 23.
The team is struggling.
Well, 34% as a group.
Yeah, everybody is struggling tonight.
Offensive foul on the pick on Kevin Garnett. So he's got 4.
A lot of times when a player like Kevin Garnett just picked up the foul on the screen, it's the guy that's handling the ball's fault. He leaves too soon. Let your teammate, set that screen. Don't you start dribbling away while he's still moving.
Kobe looking back to Roney on the pick and roll. It wasn't available. And now up against Allen, leaves it off for Roney. He'll go to the line looking for the three-point opportunity. 93-75. Would it be stranger than fiction? 6:07 left.
It would be strange. The way this game has been going throughout the first 42 minutes, I'd say it would be very strange.
And they've got some closers. Garnett, Allen, and Pierce, as you mentioned, all back on the floor with Allen as Tony Allen's out there, and James Posey.
We also have what I call momentum killers. You know, when a team starting to get a surge, get some momentum, you've got 3 guys that can and are really willing and able to make big shots.
Lakers trying to pressure into the backcourt. So now Pierce and the Celtics should take their time. Inside of 6 to play. Isolation, though. Kevin Garnett. Paul Pierce hot all night from beyond the arc. It continues. It's not going to change. 33, season high 37, close to that. His career best is 50. The 30-year-old from LA, a 5-time All-Star, is Kobe. On the baseline, gets an easy one.
Lakers get a delay of game warning. Once you score, you're not allowed to touch the ball as it comes through the net.
Glad you said technically.
Well, it's done quite a bit touching the ball, but technically you're not supposed to touch it.
Best the Lakers have been tonight shooting is only 39%. Allen will go to the line, jumping into Ronny Turiaf. So a 3-point chance for Tony Allen. He's got a season best of 15.
And a 20-point lead again with 5:27 left to play. The Celtics have had it their way all night long, especially that man. He got them off and running, and they're still running.
What's the NBA's?
It's just not your night. And with all the layups the Lakers missed, even Jerry West said it when we had Lakers Live Wired. He talked about all the missed ones easy. It just turned out that way, didn't it, Stu?
It's just been one of those evenings for the Lakers. Look, again, I have to credit the Celtics. I don't think it's the Lakers. Obviously, they're not purposely missing layups. They're just rushing shots because they know that Celtic defense.
Kobe, and they'll call the charge. So it's going the other way. The wipe off. The bucket. And that was a hard shot that James Posey took. So Kobe's got 5. Frustrating night all the way around.
Well, that's called team defense. Did he step over a little late? Did he have his right heel on the restricted line?
It's a fine line when a guy gets into the air. So the final 5:05, and especially how to get out of here healthy. Kevin Garnett, boy, elevates.
And then he holds it in one hand and he says, "Oh, you can swing all you want. You're not getting to this."
It's almost like at times he's trying to say, man among boys, just watch me, big guys. Jordan Farmer hits a triple, 20, 11, and 6 for Kevin Garnett. And he's on 8 of 11 shooting tonight. How clean a game is that? As the Lakers try to take it away. Had it momentarily.
Every loose ball seems like it's bouncing right back to the team in green.
Large player. He's exactly that. Ray Allen, short all the way. Garnett. And Posey. I think I heard the slap all the way up here. He couldn't believe it. Kobe for 3. Nope. Kobe now 6 for 25. Foul. It'll go the other way with 3:43 to play. Lakers as a group 37%, just 7 of 21 on their threes. Their low for the season, it came against the Pistons in a win, and that was 39%. Right now, though, as I mentioned, 37%. The Lakers down by 17, 101-84. Ray Allen, number 1 at the line in the league. Well, Monday, January 7th, the BCS title game, LSU taking on Ohio State, All-State BCS National Championship. And on Fox, it all begins. 7:30 Eastern. We don't care about the East, do we? 4:30 right here at home in high definition. 3:35 to play. Farmar, the hot hand lately. He'll try it again. Not the same result, though. And that was a tough follow-up. Garnett with a shoulder into Odom. Pleasantries in the holiday season.
And nobody at the scores table checking in. I'm surprised the Celtics are not getting some people out of the game at this point.
Both sides at this point. 8 left on the shot clock. Crittenden touched it last.
Well, especially the team that's up by the large margin. You know, when you're up 19 with 3 minutes to play, and you've got your big three on the floor, you just don't want to see any kind of an injury occur anytime, but especially right now.
Paul Pierce grazed the front of the rim. Javaris Crittenden. Experience on the hesitation move. Saw Lamar. And Kevin Garnett did too, didn't he? Timed it perfectly. And now an altercation between Lamar Odom and Ray Allen. Lamar frustrated. And those two tangled up.
Well, good job by Kevin Garnett. He's the secondary defender. He makes the play. Lamar never did see until late. Kevin with a nice, clean block. Sends the ball going the other direction. And then on the sideline, Lamar Odom with a very frustrating play there.
Cross body block. And you can understand the technical on Ray Allen, the response. So Lamar just upset. 6 of 17. Just picked up a flagrant. And I don't think anybody would question that one.
Well, you know, the league office always reviews plays. And it'll be interesting to see what they change that call into. We've got a timeout. 2:57 left, and the Celtics in control.
This February, the
103-84. Celtics in complete control, as they have been basically throughout the ball game. But the last play, the block shot by Lamar on Lamar Odom, and then the foul by Lamar. This is going to be something that the league is going to look at and say, Lamar, sorry, but that's not something we want. And they're going to hit him in the pocketbook. Believe me, they're going to hit him in the pocketbook. That's a frustration play right there.
So flagrant foul. Ray Allen is going to the free throw line. Lakers will see their 4-game winning streak come to a close. Well, we were talking about 9:38 for Phil Jackson tonight, and how crazy it would be if he could get it done and take over sole possession of the 7th spot. He's tied right now with Red Auerbach.
Well, Phil Jackson does the smart thing. He takes out, Lamar, Kobe, all of his starters, except for Trevor Ariza, who re-enters the game as Jordan shoots the technical on Ray Allen, which I don't know what the technical on Ray Allen was.
Well, his response, but you can understand. Yeah, you can understand why he was upset.
What did he do?
Right.
There was no response, really. He just tried to recapture his breath, and wow. But I've never understood a lot of the technical foul things, double technicals, etc.
Boston Celtics with a sweep of their West Coast trip. It started with a blowout of Sacramento 89-69 and pulled away from Seattle.
And ends with a blowout against the Lakers.
Close one last night, though, in Salt Lake City. Won by 6. It was tied with 28 seconds to play when Paul Pierce hit the game winner and then got the free throws. So the Celtics will bring it in after the free throws off the flagrant. 2:57 remaining. And the Celtics are going to sweep the season series.
And that's some of the reason why I was talking about getting players out of the game. You don't want any kind of bad blood and didn't have something happen with guys that are your core players on the floor.
Well, Kevin Garnett's still out there. And don't tell him it's a blowout. Farmar all tangled up. Allen walked with the basketball, going behind his back. And maybe he thought the Globetrotters were in town.
Well, whatever.
So the turnover, and Tony Allen does have a season high of 16 on 5 of 9. Celtics shooting 48% as a group.
He tried to go behind his back. He did go behind his back, but moved his feet too many times in the process.
Garnett spiking away Farmar. And a loose ball foul on Jordan Farmar. So the youngsters, they're going to learn, especially when you go inside. Now they get Pierce out of the game. Kind of surprised it took that long.
Yeah, they should have been out.
And what about Ray Allen?
All of them should have been out. But Kevin Garnett with another block shot. Then loose ball foul on Jordan.
So Kevin Garnett done for the night. And what a number he did in the second half. Quiet in the first half. Turned it way up, though, in the second 24. 22 and 12, 6 assists for Garnett. As Posey misses the first of 2. Scalabrine into the game, along with House. Allen still out there. They must be short-handed. Why isn't Gabe Pruitt in there for Ray Allen?
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, this is
crazy. And what about Leon Pope? You don't want to bring another guard in. 2:22 left on the clock. Lakers get ready for Philadelphia on Friday, so they got a lot of time to regroup. And then the Indiana Pacers, Luke throws it away. Kind of sums things up. 15 turnovers, make it 16 with that.
Well, Ray Allen will be going out of the game on the next whistle, next dead ball. Finally.
Scalabrine in front of the Lakers bench. And out to Rolly Turioff off the miss. Crittenden. Good look for Farmar. And Rolly Turioff will bring it back out. Luke Walton steps into a real long three. Take it back. Minute 30 to play. So a tough one after you played at such a high level. And that's the Utah Jazz. But one of those nights as Paul Pierce celebrates with his teammates on the sideline. Gabe Pruitt is into the game. Crittenden with 15 minutes on the floor tonight. Split that out top as they grabbed it. So a couple of more free throws coming for Javaris. His third trip to the line. The Lakers first round pick, 19th overall. The Lakers now with the Phoenix Suns winning tonight earlier. Phoenix 22 and 9. The Lakers will fall to 19 and 11. So a loser game in the standings, 2.5 back of Phoenix in the Pacific Division. First loss at home in a while as well.
Well, I tell you, this game is dangerous on the floor, but it might be more dangerous on the sidelines. And Big Baby Davis, they're high-fiving. He gets poked in the eye. He says, hey, it's not funny, Stu. That could have hurt my vision for life. I agree with you.
Final minute. It hasn't been a game since early in the fourth. 21-2 spurt. At the end of the third to the beginning of the fourth. By the Boston Celtics. Scalabrine poked it out of bounds. So Boston 26 and 3. But don't forget about Detroit. 23 and 7. So as well as Boston is playing, as Crittenden, it'll be at House. Get inside and go to the line again.
Well, we talked about it at the top. Yeah, the Celtics have the best record in the league with the big three, but it's their defense that has been able to put them in that position. And tonight again, they hold the Lakers to 36% shooting from the field. 36%. That'll get you a win just about every night.
Well, on the season, as they lead the league in field goal percentage defense, they're below 42%. And in the comparison we showed you earlier, what were they, 24th, 25th last year? He's the difference. The whole mentality. The psychology of this franchise changed when he arrived. And don't forget, the Lakers made every effort to secure his services. It didn't work out, and the Lakers are in pretty good shape with Andrew Bynum for the future. There's no question about that. But Kevin Garnett, for this week, the next, and the next few months, one of the top 5 players in the game today, regardless of position. Ariza misses the first of 2.
Only good news for the Lakers right now is there's only 44 seconds left. But the bad news is, aside from the loss, they're going to have this taste in their mouth for 4 days.
Right, till Friday. 76ers, Pacers. Weekend for the Lakers that they've got to capitalize on. 2 under, well, right now, yes, Indiana is under 500 after losing 3 in a row. Anyhow. Yeah, what a putback. Time by James Posey. I don't know why Miami didn't make more of an effort to keep him anyway, and I said that when we were in Boston. A spacer, athletic guy, a good defender. It'll be Roney going to the line on the foul by Leon Poe, the former Cal Bear, who just checked in. And getting minutes for guys like Leon Poe, Gabe Pruitt, Glenn Davis, although Davis did see some minutes earlier this year. More in the neighborhood of the rotation than both Pruitt and Poe. Poe, a second-round pick of the Nuggets last year, 49th overall. Came to the Celtics for a future second-rounder. There's Glenn Davis. He came in the deal with Ray Allen from Seattle.
Good to see his eyes okay. I didn't really mean to make light of the fact that he got poked in the eye, because I know how dangerous that can be.
So the Lakers will lose it by 19. They dropped the first one by 13. This time, hurts more though. On their home floor, where they had so much success coming in 11-4 at Staples Center, now 11-5. So the Celtics sweep the season series, and it is over. It was over 3 minutes into the fourth, though. And the Celtics, once again, very impressive.
Yeah,
Baltimore Road.
They did the job, and I mean, I was impressed with their defense. Throughout the entire ball game, I was impressed with their defense.
So they hold the Lakers to 35% shooting. Only 29% for the Lakers from beyond the arc. 35% overall. As the Celtics, right on their season average, close to their season average, 46% from the field. And the Lakers, without a doubt, their worst home loss so far in this young season. 110-91 our final. So we head downstairs. Rejoin Chris McGee. Chris.
The NBA on NBA TV is brought to you by Automotive Marketplace.